It's Wednesday, December 10th. In the headlines, the government has been forced to revise its fiscal targets. In business news, Jamaica Stock Exchange sees a profit jump 17%. Regionally, Grenada and Guyana deepen bilateral ties. And in sports, West Indies all out for 205 in the second test against New Zealand. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. The government has been forced to revise its fiscal targets for the current financial year as the country navigates the economic fallout of Hurricane Melissa. Finance Minister Fiscal Williams reported to Parliament on Tuesday that the fiscal balance, which had been projected at zero, essentially a balanced budget, has now been adjusted.
Whereas the second supplementary budget was projected to be in balance, the preliminary assessment is for the central government to now generate a fiscal deficit of 3.5%. The debt ratio is now projected to increase to 68.2% of GDP for this fiscal year.
Minister Williams also confirmed a sharp downgrade in the country's growth outlook.
As we go forward, we're expecting recovery in our GDP. We are expecting projects to pick up. We're expecting economic activity, and you can see the trajectory for our debt to GDP in these papers. So we're expecting to begin to see a decline again in the debt to GDP.
The economy, previously expected to expand by 2.2%, is now projected to contract by 4.3%. Additionally, the government will temporarily relax the fiscal rules for 1 year to allow for a lower primary surplus. The surplus represents the funds allocated for debt servicing. According to Minister Williams, reducing the target will provide the fiscal flexibility needed to support national recovery and reconstruction efforts. Members of the parliamentary opposition on Tuesday pressed Finance Minister Fiscal Williams for clarity on the government's $150 million loan to the Jamaica Public Service Company. The exchange unfolded during the Standing Finance Committee's review of the third supplementary estimates for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, which include a major loan provision for JPS to accelerate post-Hurricane Melissa restoration works. Opposition member Damian Crawford sought clarification regarding the loan's interest rate.
The JPS loan that was given by the Ministry of Finance, do you have the current interest rate that was agreed to?
5.5%.
Mr. Crawford also asked if the loan would impact the government's ability to fund other restoration programs.
It does not. We have ample liquidity to manage what we, set out to do this fiscal year.
The debate broadened when Westmoreland Eastern Member of Parliament, Dr. Dayton Campbell, sought clarity on the full cost of repairing JPS's network after Hurricane Melissa battered sections of the island on October 28.
What is the sum that is required by JPS to restore electricity to all of the persons who are currently affected?
So the Minister of Energy has just indicated $150 million.
So that means that the $350 million is to restore and?
Those are details that we don't have. JPS would be the entity that would answer those questions as to the details.
When pressed further, Minister Williams reiterated that, according to the Energy Minister, Daryl Vaz, $150 million was the figure required to meet the immediate restoration target. She argued that she could not provide all the detailed figures requested, stressing that Jamaica Public Service is a private company. As the government continues its restoration efforts, some 300 linesmen, along with their specialized equipment, have been mobilized to provide additional service to those working to restore electricity in the West. Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport Darrell Vaz gave the update during Wednesday's post-cabinet press brief.
The barges with specialized equipment are expected to arrive prior to Christmas. The latest information I have, Minister Dixon, is that linesmen will start arriving here as early as this weekend ahead of the equipment, which we hope will dock sometime late next week into next weekend.
China's advanced naval hospital ship, the Silk Road Ark, is now in Port Royal after treating almost 2,000 patients in Montego Bay. The ship will serve Kingston and surrounding communities over the next 3 days. Government officials, including Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton and Foreign Affairs Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, toured the vessel this week. Dr. Tufton says the ship will offer outpatient care, diagnostics, and elective surgeries before moving on to Falmouth. Danita Rodney reports.
Senator Johnson-Smith says the visit highlights strong health cooperation between Jamaica and China, from COVID-19 support to major hospital projects. China's Ambassador Wang Jingfeng says the vessel has 300 beds and around 100 medical professionals. In Montego Bay, the team treated nearly 2,000 patients and completed 277 surgeries. The mission comes as Jamaica's health system continues to recover from Hurricane Melissa, which damaged facilities in the West and increased patient load in the corporate area. Opposition spokesperson on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes, describes it as a great help.
So the fact that we can have this ship immediately significantly improve our capacity. I think it has about 6 operating theaters on board. You can do multiple surgeries with different specialties.
Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton describes it as a highly sophisticated floating hospital.
Coming into Kingston now from Montego Bay, we expect a similar level of support. And it's helping the cause because it's clearing up backlogs and supporting Jamaicans who need that support. So we think it's very significant.
The extended mission will provide support to Kingston-based hospitals, which are currently managing increased patient loads resulting from self-referrals and transfers from the Western region.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. The Jamaica Stock Exchange says it realized net profits of $416.5 million Jamaican dollars on a 17% jump in its revenues to $2.3 billion during the 9-month period, which ended on September 30 this year. Stephen Whittingham, chairman of the company and CEO Livingston Morrison, says the group's performance was fair during the period given the challenging market conditions. This compares with $364.4 million on revenues of $2 billion during the corresponding period last year. Whittingham and Morrison suggested that a significant improvement in the group's financial performance will require more activities from investors and companies in the market. The company's total assets rose by $247.8 million to $3.6 billion this year, primarily due to an increase in its holdings of repurchase agreements. For the trading period ending December 9, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. JMMB Group Limited, 9.5%, stock with 6,862,767 units, representing 25.93% of market sales volume. Kintyre Holdings Jamaica Limited with 2,664,273 units, representing 10.07% of market sales volume. Elite Diagnostic Limited with 2,556,701 units, representing 9.66% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On December 9, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $47.98 million purchased and US $72.64 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.85 per dollar, selling the US at $159.29 and buying the US at $161.14. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders 71 cents per transaction, with selling at $116.71 and buying at $116. The British pound yielded Forex traders $2.56 in profits, with selling at $212.77 and buying at $210.21. For our credit report tip of the day, as you move through your holiday errands and gift shopping, this is the perfect moment to take charge of your credit instead of letting the season drain your momentum. Make your year-end to-do list work for you. Download your free credit report, scan every line for outdated details or suspicious activity, and call your bank's customer service team immediately to correct anything that doesn't look right. Channel any bonus or extra income straight into lowering balances. Set firm spending limits before you head into any celebration, and lock in your bill payments so that nothing slips through the cracks. When you act decisively, December becomes more than a festive season. It becomes a power move that strengthens your credit and positions you to hit January running. In our funded and focused feature, a powerful incubator or accelerator gives participants something priceless: momentum. Instead of guessing their way through business setup, money management, and funding strategy, founders move through each stage with pace, clarity, and confidence. The return on investment shows up fast. Legal structures completed, finances cleared up, bank accounts opened, and funding opportunities identified. It's the difference between sitting on a great idea and actually building a business that earns, attracts capital, and gets noticed. For women founders especially, the payoff is exciting: real progress, real traction, and a business that's finally moving the way they always knew it could. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, Grenada and Guyana are strengthening ties, with both countries looking to deepen cooperation in food security and tourism. Speaking at the opening of Grenada's new consulate in Georgetown, President Dr. Mohammed Ifran Ali highlighted plans for joint tourism packages and a long-term food supply agreement, while Grenada's Prime Minister, Deacon Mitchell, says the move signals a more deliberate push to expand political and economic partnerships with Guyana.
Grenada and Guyana are set to explore deeper coordination in food security and tourism, according to Guyanese President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, who was speaking at the opening of the Grenada consulate in Georgetown, Guyana on Monday. Guyana's Department of Public Information reported that President Ali has identified tourism as a promising area for further collaboration, proposing multi-destination tourism packages that combine Grenada's marine attractions with Guyana's ecotourism products. President Ali also revealed that Guyana hopes to reach a long-term food supply agreement with Grenada next year, highlighting the potential for joint investment in Grenada's spice industry. In his remarks at the opening ceremony, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell said Grenada is taking action to enhance its relationship with Guyana, recognizing the country's role as a regional leader.
We are taking far more concrete and deliberate steps to ensure that we foster closer diplomatic, political, and economic ties on a bilateral level with Guyana. I don't need to talk about what is happening here. I think we all know. And so the immense opportunities that are available for enhancing the economic partnership within CARICOM, led by Guyana, is something that we should continue to champion, and it is something that we should continue to promote.
The Prime Minister congratulated Guyanese businessman Dr. Kamal Singh, who was appointed as Grenada's honorary consul in Guyana.
I want to congratulate Kamal. The presence of so many people here, I think, is testimony to your character, testimony to your hard work, a testimony to your success. And I really could think of no better representation for Grenada in Guyana than you. Thank you very much and congratulations.
The establishment of Grenada's consulate continues a trend of deepening ties between the two countries. In 2024, direct flights between St. George's and Georgetown were launched via Inter-Caribbean Airlines. Over the past year, Guyana has awarded several scholarships to Grenadians to pursue agricultural studies at the Guyana School of Agriculture. Reporting for GBN News, I am Deidre Seeley.
In Antigua and Barbuda, VC Bird Day on Tuesday provided an opportunity for the nation to reflect on the life and preeminent contribution of the father of the nation, Sir Vere Cornwall Bird Sr. The highlight of the day was a commemoration and wreath-laying ceremony at the bust honoring Sir Vere in St. John's. Ursel Charles Jr. reports.
Respect paid in earnest as officials laid wreaths at the VC Bird bust on the commemoration of VC Bird Day early Tuesday. One by one, they paid homage to the country's first and only Premier, first Prime Minister, first national hero, and first recipient of the Order of the Caribbean Community Award. Sir Vere's fierce patriotism and commitment to the working class are legendary, as was his dedication to regionalism. He was the perennial integrationist, leading the introduction of the Caribbean Free Trade Association CARIFTA, the precursor to CARICOM. Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honourable E.P. Chet Green, outlined why Sir Vere continues to be revered.
Champion the cause of workers, fighting for better pay, abolition of child labor, and dignity for all workers.
Minister Green also chronicles how the late Sir VC embodied a long tradition of outstanding and dedicated political leadership in Antigua Barbuda with forward thinking.
He did not simply manage a colony. He envisioned and constructed a state for its people. On his leadership, we saw the introduction of free secondary school education, free medical services, opening doors of opportunity while safeguarding health for every Antiguan and Barbudan citizen. There is no denying that under Sir Vere, there was economic transformation. It was with great foresight that he engineered the shift from a sugar-dependent plantation economy to a modern tourism-driven one.
And for this reason, grandson Sean Bird is staunchly defending a day specifically dedicated to honoring Sir Vere Cornwall Bird's indelible contributions.
VC is and was the foundation. The idea that you could have a hero's day and you want to put VC Bird like everybody else is sacrilege. And I'm going to tell you why. There's a lack of respect that is among us.
The celebratory day was also marked by musical presentations.
God of our weariness, God of our silent tears. Everyone in this world has their own part to play, that's true. So I will give it my very best try to make sure at the end of my life that I die as a hero like you.
Whether you refer to him as Sir Vere, Sir VC, Father of the Nation, or affectionately as Papa Bird, he remains responsible for guaranteeing many of the civil and human rights we all enjoy today. For ABS News, I'm Ursel Charles Jr.
Trinidad and Tobago's agriculture, food processing, and manufacturing industries are poised to benefit greatly from a relationship with counterparts in India. This partnership was set in motion on Tuesday, with a number of stakeholders participating in a seminar hosted by the High Commission of India, the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, and the National Agricultural Marketing and Development Corporation, titled Exploring Opportunities with India, Agriculture and Food Processing.
Trinidad and Tobago maintains a $7.3 billion food import bill. In an effort to bring this figure down and empower farmers, food processors, manufacturers, and others within the agriculture industry, a partnership has been formed, focused on education, connection, innovation, technology, and growth. The High Commission of India, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries and the National Agricultural Marketing and Development Corporation, NAMDEVCO, hosted a seminar titled Exploring Opportunities with India, Agriculture and Food Processing. High Commissioner of India to Trinidad and Tobago, Pradeep Rajpurit, explained the success India has had in agriculture and food processing, noting that Trinidad and Tobago has all the variables needed for equal success.
The amount of cultivation here, the potential is immense. I see that you have some of the world-class products. Your Julie mango alone, and I said before also, can transform the agriculture and food processing industry. Whosoever has tasted Julie, I mean, we are a mango country. We don't have this kind of mango. Your pineapples are one of the best. You have dragon fruits. Your papaya is one of the best. It just needs some more modification of technologies.
Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Ravi Ratiram said the seminar is another link in the relationship between Trinidad and Tobago and India. The minister recalled the handing over of US $1 million worth of agri-processing equipment in July 2025, noting this investment is just part of the strategy for empowering the industry.
Today's seminar is not simply an event. It is a step forward in building a modern and diversified agricultural economy that Trinidad and Tobago has longly yearned for. It is something that has been waiting on for the longest while, because from time after time we would have heard about the diversification of our economy. Well, this year is an ideal opportunity to place agriculture once more at the center of the diversification of our economy.
He encouraged all stakeholders to continue innovating, using technology and capitalizing on partnerships to ensure a strong, profitable industry.
Agricultural transformation requires collaboration across the government, private sector, academia, and farming communities. It requires all hands getting on board. No man is an island, and we all need to work together and integrate that strategy in developing our food security and developing our agriculture sector.
The end result is a resilient sector that supports the farmer, enhances food security, and contributes to national development for future generations. Ayana Carter, TTT News.
In sports, we spotlight cricket. New Zealand fought back to claim first-day honours in the second test against West Indies in Wellington. The day ended with West Indies all out for 205, and New Zealand are 24 for none and trail by 181 runs. The home side suffered a blow when seam bowler Blair Tickner was taken to hospital with a nasty shoulder injury. Cricket West Indies President Dr. Kishore Shallow says head coach Darren Sammy is not facing dismissal, despite the team's poor run since Sammy took charge in April. The West Indies have struggled across formats, losing Test series to Australia and India, and winning only a handful of T20 and one-day international matches. But Dr. Shallow says the coach's future will not depend on the ongoing New Zealand series, stressing that injuries and long-standing structural issues are bigger factors than coaching. He admits he is disappointed with recent performances, but says the problems facing West Indies cricket go back decades. Dr. Shallow insists the organization is focused on rebuilding systems, improving infrastructure, and stabilizing finances, noting the turning of the program around will take time, not knee-jerk reactions. And that's the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thank you so much for watching.